When did you realize the phrase, "you can't save everyone," is actually true? I was 15 when Alexe showed up at our house with one backpack and eyes that looked way older than 19. My parents had been hosting exchange students since I was like 8, so I was used to random people living in our guest room. We'd had kids from Japan, Brazil, some guy from Norway who taught me to make waffles. It was normal for us, but Alexe was different. He barely talked the first week, just sat at dinner pushing food around his plate. Mom kept asking if he liked the chicken, if he wanted more rice, anything. He'd just nod and whisper thank you in this heavy accent. Dad told me to give him space, that he'd been through something we couldn't imagine. They'd told us his village in Ukraine got bombed, that his parents were missing, probably dead, that he got out with basically nothing. I remember Mom crying when she first heard the story, going straight to Target to buy him new clothes and school supplies. Dad took him to get a haircut and kept saying things like, "You're safe now, son." I felt bad for him, obviously, but also it was kind of cool having this mysterious older guy around who'd actually survived a war. My friends thought it was insane. Katie from my biology class literally asked if I could set her up with him. After a few months, Alexe started acting normal. He'd joke around at breakfast, help Dad fix the fence, even taught me some Russian curse words that I definitely used at school. He was crazy smart too, getting like perfect scores on everything. Joined the chess club. Started dating this girl Emma from his calculus class. One night at dinner, he told us he wanted to stay in America, that he wanted to go to college here, maybe become an engineer, that we'd saved his life and he wanted to make us proud. Mom literally started crying again. Dad shook his hand and said we'd help him figure out the paperwork. I remember thinking this was like a movie, that we'd actually saved someone's life and now he was going to be successful and everything would be perfect. Then Dad got a call from the school counselor. It was late, like 9 on a Tuesday. I was doing homework in my room, but I could hear Dad's voice getting louder downstairs. He kept saying, "What do you mean? And that can't be right." Turns out Alexe never submitted any real refugee documents. The stuff he gave the school was fake. They'd been trying to verify his status for weeks, but couldn't find anything matching his story. Mom and Dad sat him down that night. I stayed upstairs, but I could hear everything through the vent in my room. At first, Alexe denied it. Then his voice changed, got quieter. He wasn't from Ukraine. He was Russian. His family was fine, living in some city I'd never heard of. He wasn't fleeing war. He'd gotten in trouble back home, something about fraud charges, and needed to disappear. The whole sob story was made up. Mom asked him how he could do that to them, how he could lie about something so serious. Alexe said he just wanted a better life, that where he came from, he had no future, that he knew it was wrong, but he wasn't sorry, because we'd treated him better than his real family ever did. Dad said they had to call immigration, that he'd broken the law. Alexe didn't even argue. He just went upstairs, packed his backpack, and left through the back door while Mom was still on the phone. Just walked out into the dark. Immigration came the next morning, took statements, said they'd try to find him but probably couldn't, that this happened more than people knew. 3 months later, I'm scrolling Instagram and I see him. Different last name, same face. He's in some college photo in California, standing with a student group. The caption says something about supporting refugees. He's smiling like nothing happened. I showed Mom. She stared at my phone for a long time, then just handed it back and walked away. We never talked about him again. They stopped hosting students after that. The guest room just became storage.